Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ. And as you can see, man, Kenny Green, we're looking at our recruiting board. Kenny Green is going to be our top recruit so far this year. We're in the second week, so not much progress has been made as far as commitments or anything. We don't have any commitments yet, but we're third on his list. He is 78 overall safety, and we definitely need somebody to replace Marcelino Ball, so he's number one prospect on our board. Marcus Wright going down the list. Number two, we do need a D tackle because we don't really have a great D tackle. Minor did have a sack last game, but we do need somebody there. 82 power moves, 78 finesse moves, so he's pretty good. We're only behind 540. Definitely something we can make up. Alton Fritz, middle linebacker, we're ahead. This is probably our biggest lead as far as any prospect goes. He's a 4-star middle linebacker, number 6 in the nation. He's going to come in as a 71 overall. Next, Harold Brewer, an athlete, 79 overall. I don't know exactly what he is. It looks like a receiver. He's got 86 route running, 77 catching. Yeah, he's probably a receiver, actually. There's no doubt. He's definitely a receiver. So he's probably going to come in as a 79 overall receiver. Because usually I notice with these overalls, if the athlete's a certain overall, that's their overall at their best position. So he's 79 overall as a receiver. A tackle next, Curtis Tober, because we definitely need some tackles. Behind 215 with him, then 255 with the next guy. These guys aren't overly impressive. The highest right here, Curtis Tober, he's got 81 impact block, 80 pass block. So we just need some linemen. They're pretty hard to get, to be honest. I've actually struggled to get good offensive linemen when recruiting. So going down the list, we don't really need receivers, but they're interested in coming to our school, so we're gonna keep them up there. But a lineman here, 68 overall. I know it's only 68 overall, but it's somebody I can redshirt at least and just get him better by training 2 seasons from now. So it looks like he's actually a bust, but the thing is, though, he's got 80 pass block, which I can't ignore because there's a lot of times when, remember last game, we took a lot of sacks, so we definitely need some pass blocking. And another athlete here to round out our points in the top 11. Definitely got to go look at all prospects, see who we can add to the board. But right now, this guy, he looks like some sort of safety maybe. He's got 72 hit power, 73 pursuit. He does have offensive abilities, but we have enough receivers, so I don't want to use him there. But he's also a quarterback because if you look at him, 81 throw power, 85 accuracy, but we're not going to need him at quarterback. So not somebody I'm going to be looking to explore at quarterback, but he does have some safety skills, so maybe we can play him on safety. But let's look at all prospects because we definitely, as you can see, those recruits, we didn't really have a lot of people that were first on their list, that we were first on their list. So let's look at the recruits that do want to come to our school. So the number 21 ranked quarterback, but we want to go get somebody who's actually up here in interest. So we're actually second on this guy's list, but we don't need quarterback. So Smith, I actually just removed him from the board actually before this video, before I started recording this, because we're 900 behind. There's no way we're going to catch this guy. So let's just keep going on the list because we need to get somebody. Let's look at their interest. So this guy's a 27% lock, but he's a bust. Let's see. A receiver. See, we don't need receivers. Let's keep going down. See who's interested in us. Another middle linebacker here. Another receiver. A guard out of Kentucky. He's 54% lock, though. So let's actually sort. Let me see if I see any more defenders here. So looks like there's a corner here, 18% lock. Let's just look at how he looks right now. I mean, it doesn't hurt to add him to the board. Let's just add him to the board. Let's sort by lock percentage, though. Let's just go after some top recruits, regardless if they're interested in us or not. Running backs are here at the top. We do need a replacement for Devontae Williams eventually. I'm not convinced. I'm not completely convinced with Paul Stone. So maybe running back is somebody we should add to the board. But I actually found out that athletes have way better carrying than the running backs do. The running backs come in as bad. I mean, that horrible carrying. I don't know what it is, but here's another DN, Dwayne Kelly. He looks like he's decent. He runs a 4.7, finesse moves at B, power moves at B, block shot at C. So let's add him to the board. Let's just keep looking here. So receiver, halfback. Like I said, I don't know if I want to go after a halfback. We could definitely change an athlete into a halfback. They just come in with better carrying, and we don't want a running back that's going to be fumbling a lot. Let's keep going down here. Who's a decent guy? So here's an outside linebacker from South Carolina, 16% locked. You know what? Let's just give him a look. Patrick Brown. Let's give him a look, because you never know. These 68 overall guys, some of them end up being the diamonds, the gems that go up +5, +6 overall. So let's just keep looking here. Joe Browning, another pass rusher. You know what? He's a 67 overall, so he might be one of those gems, those diamonds to us. So let's add him as well. We do need a kicker too. We need to find a kicker. I just had a punter on my board, but we were down like 1,000 points, so we had to get rid of him. So let's just keep going here, see if we find anybody decent overall. Because usually you don't want to go after guys that are too low overall, like low 60s or high 50s, because they're not going to progress very much. So let's just keep going here. Who's this quarterback? So he's 80 overall, but he's a quarterback, so we don't really need a quarterback. So here's a free safety, 72 overall, out of Plymouth. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. North Carolina. You know what? Here's a kicker that we were looking for. So let's actually add these two guys, because I mean, there's a safety that we do need from Arsenal Ball, and a kicker, Will Jenkins, the #1 kicker actually. So let's go back to our recruiting board and dive in here. Let's just see exactly what we're working with here. We'll actually look at the rest of these prospects in this episode, just to give you guys an insight on how I do recruiting, and you know, pretty much just how it works. I mean, honestly, it's not too hard. The last NCAA, they made it so you had to make calls. It was very time consuming, but this NCAA, they dumbed it down a lot. So let's just look into this right here. This kicker, 84 overall as a freshman. Let's move him up, because we're going to need a kicker for sure, because our kicker is a senior, and I believe we have another kicker as well. Actually, our punter is our kicker right now, so let's move him up. Let's move him up to 5, because kickers are important. Don't get it twisted with that, because kickers are very, very important. So look at this safety. He ends up being 91 speed. 71 zone, though, that's pretty low. 62 man is pretty low as well. But I do like that speed. It's definitely somebody I can work with that speed on the back end. So let's move him up. Let's move him up to let's probably move him past these receivers here. So up to the 8th spot. We'll eventually get the points on him. So here's the Joe Browning, one of the defensive ends we were looking at. See, it looks like he's 64 overall. If they're 64 overall, they're probably not going to touch the field, because people are going to progress better than them. Even if, you know, they come in as freshmen, they're probably still going to eventually be better than them. So here's the outside linebacker, 92 excel, 83, but 66 overall. We just can't do anything with that, so we're actually going to remove him as well. Dwayne Kelly, remember, this is a guy that I said, like, these high 60s, low 70 overalls, these guys might end up blossoming. So let's just see what we work out with. See what I say, man. 76 overall, +5 total, 87 power moves, 80 finesse move, 79 block shed, 93 pursuit. I mean, that is unheard of. You never see a defensive end come in with 93 pursuit. Man, we got to put him up there. I mean, just straight up there. He's probably going to be like #1 or 2. I mean, because look, we got Kenny Green right there, but we're not even first on his list. So, and then we need a D tackle as well, but Dwayne Kelly looks like a game changer at defensive end. 74 speed, which isn't bad for a defensive end. 79 excel is pretty damn good, but look at that. I mean, we got to put the house on him, man. I got to admit, we got to put the house on him. So let's put the max points on him. I'm probably going to have to adjust some of these other guys, because let's see. So we're behind 215, 255. So we probably want to keep those guys. But Michael Green is a receiver, and we don't really need him. We haven't offered him a scholarship yet. I don't think we absolutely need this guy, especially since we have other guys at other positions on our squad that might need these points even more. So it looks like we're -150. We're not far off the lead, but we're probably not gonna catch these next guys, because we're gonna need to put these points in positions that we really need. So let's look down here. Let's look at the guy we actually just moved up, the free safety and the kicker. So let's just put some points on him. Let's put 200 on the kicker. I don't know if you want to go all out on a kicker, but it's definitely a position we do need. And then Kyle Harley, let's put points on him right now. So now we're at the max here, so let's leave him right there, but let's not offer them a scholarship just yet. I probably want to offer this guy a scholarship right now, so let's free up a little bit of room. We do have this receiver here. Let's leave him there because we're actually first on his list, so he might just naturally come. He is 75 overall, 91 route running. This guy's pretty damn good, but his catching is 63. It's horrible. So let me just go back. I accidentally backed out of that. So let's look at these tight ends. So we don't need 2 tight ends. So which one are we going to get? So John Griffin is definitely the better tight end. 72 route running, 78 speed. I think the reason why his overall so high is because of his blocking. Look at his blocking. 75 pass, 73 run, 78 impact. Look at this guy's blocking. 55, 65, 57. So that's really the difference between these two, but we do need a tight end. But look at his receiving skills. 80 catch, 75 route running, which is pretty damn good. This guy has 72 route running, 70 catch. So if I had to choose a guy that I would want, it would probably be this guy. He's only 68 overall, but look, I mean, we're ahead by a lot in these guys, and we're behind the guys who have already offered scholarships, and he's 41% locked. So I mean, if you're at 40% locked and you're almost at like 500 below, and you see some guys ahead of you that have scholarships, and it's not an important player that you need, it's not worth it if you need the points divvied up somewhere else. So let's remove him from the board. And Andrew Thompson, let's offer him a scholarship, because I don't think I had a scholarship on him. So let's offer him a scholarship. Let's get that locked up. Definitely need to offer scholarship to Dwayne Kelly. And you know what? I'm going to move him to my number 1 just so I know priority, because we definitely do need a safety. Don't get me wrong. But, I mean, having a game changer at defensive end, 93 pursuit, I mean, you cannot deny that. So let's look at the rest of our prospects here going past number 13, it looks like. So Matt Howard, 91 speed, but 80 excel. He's got 80 route running. This is what I was talking about. These athletes that we have that can be a receiver right away. These other guys that we had a receiver before, I mean, it's like you don't need to recruit the receivers, because these athletes are either going to come as running backs or receivers. I mean, that's probably at least the most athletes that I've seen. They come in as receivers or running backs, mostly receivers. So Matt Howard's a decent guy, but we don't need receiver. Let's see another receiver, Mike Murphy, Nick Goins. Let's see his top school. So we are his top school right now. So maybe we should just scout him, just see how he looks. So no, he's a bust. So let's remove him. 63 overall, Nick Goings. Ken Malone, another receiver. I mean, these receivers are just coming out of everywhere. So another guard here, but we are way behind with this guy. So let's remove him from our board. Daniel Clark, another guard. We might have a chance with him. Let me just look to see how good he is. He's 68 overall, so we did have him fully scouted. I don't think it's worth the trouble to give him any points. So let's move on to the next guy. Another guard, 68 overall. We're behind 900. So, I mean, you're not going to catch a guy that's behind 900. So why waste the points of scouting? Another 67 overall defensive tackle. We do need D tackle. We are first on his board, though. So maybe this is a guy we can redshirt and then he can get better. I mean, honestly, by the time he's redshirt freshman, I can see him at maybe 72 overall. Maybe that. So I don't know. We probably will have a better option when it comes to that time for him to play. But this guy's, we're behind 1,300. No way we're catching that corner. Ryan Koch, minus 500, which isn't bad. Have we scouted him? Let's just see. Okay, so no, it's not worth it. 64 overall, definitely not worth it. And then Cole Montgomery to round out the board here. Let's just scout him, see how he. See, 65 overall. I mean, it's not that good. I don't think it's worth putting points on him. So honestly, the top guys here, another athlete here. I mean, we're behind 1,500 with this guy. Let's remove him as well. So I mean, if you're behind a lot and the projected cutoff, they're projected to cut you off, you don't even need him. So here's another guy we're projected to get cut off. Maybe we can use the rest of these points on scholarships. Jarrell Rivera, let me just look at him. So he's 67 overall. Yeah, like I said, I just don't know if it's worth it. So let's just look at some of the guys that we haven't offered scholarships to. I'm not going to offer everybody a scholarship right away, but some of these guys we do want to offer scholarships to. Let's actually not offer a scholarship to this guy. It looks like if you look at the bottom here, Wisconsin looks like they just added him as well, because look, they're plus 555, so it looks like they're going to go in on this guy. So you know what, let's just add points to him. Let's leave the rest of the scholarships alone. And this is how it's going to look. I mean, for right now, this is how our recruiting board is going to look. We're going to update this every couple weeks just to give you guys an update. But Dwayne Kelly, our top prospect right now, we just found him. Kenny Green. I mean, we have some pretty good prospects coming in. This is the highest overall we've had as a team collectively. So if we look at our team needs here, just according to NCAA, how they assess each position, our main needs are guard, center, and kicker on offense. And I mean, the rest of the positions are, I mean, they're not rated great. We don't need a fullback, so don't worry about the D- there. But the rest of the positions are okay. I mean, they're pretty solid. Tackle is a C, which I want to get that addressed. But outside linebacker, we do need some help there. We do have, let's see. So it looks like we have a total of 4 seniors actually in the secondary. So especially at that safety, replacing Marcelo Ball is going to be a priority. And then the left tackle, Coy Cronk, replacing him. So we got to get some linemen in, got to get that kicker in, because you see our punter is 95 overall, and he's serving as our kicker too. So that's going to do it for this episode, man. I just wanted to go into some recruiting in this episode. Just wanted to show you guys some of the guys that I do have on my board, some of the guys that I'm looking at, and also show you some of the top guys here, because let's just look at a top 10 really quick. So the athlete, remember we did get a top 10 Josh Fleming last year. Doesn't look like we're going to do it this year, because all the top 10 guys are pretty much locked up. I mean, they're pretty high lock percentage. Usually you want to go after the guys that are below like 20%. If those guys are open, you kind of want to go after them. But I mean, it's redundant to go after the same positions: halfback, running, or quarterback. I mean, these are the guys that's going to be the top 100 anyway. Like a lot of the athletes go fast, so you just got to make sure that you get these athletes right away, because a lot of these guys go fast. And who is this guy? This guy I just seen as well, Phillip White. He's a 6'4", 222-pound beast. He runs, what does he run in the 40? A 4.48. So this might be a guy that we should go after too. He's a 5-star. And then the next guy is another athlete, 4'4", 40. He's 6 foot 178. You know what? Let me add these two guys and see. I don't know. These guys are both on the East Coast, so they're both probably likely to be better prospects for us, because as far as proximity to home, let's just look at these guys. Let's lower some of these guys here that we have on the board. Who's the guy that we can decrease a little bit? DJ McDaniel. We are behind quite a bit on him, 795. You know what? He's 42% lot. Let's just remove him. Let's scout these guys. Let's scout this athlete here. Scout both of these guys. Let's just see before we end this episode. Let's just see what these guys are made of. So 77 overall. Let's see what he is, though. So he's 87 speed ace, 88 excel. Doesn't look like he has any coverage skills at all, but he does look like a receiver or a running back. It looks like 84 carrying, 71 break tackle, 91 stiff arm. Is this a 6'4" guy? Let me see it. Yeah, so this is a 6'4" guy, so he's definitely a receiver. He's definitely not going to be a running back, because at 6'4", not a lot of running backs at 6'4". So look at this, 81 overall athlete. We found a diamond. How can this guy be a diamond when he's a top 20 player? I don't understand that. But look at it. I mean, he's a solid guy, but he's another receiver. He's receiver. Well, he has 90 throw power, 79 throw accuracy, but we have a quarterback. But to me, it's worth it to go after these guys. I mean, if he's going to be 81 overall, we can definitely probably use him somewhere on the field. Whether that's, I mean, it looks like he's a receiver, but he does have some running back skills. So maybe he's a running back. Let's actually move him up quite a bit. Let's actually move him to the 3 spot just to keep an eye on him. We're going to keep 155 points on him. We can't get that many bonus points because, I mean, we look at that. Program positions a C, plus 60. Coach stability, I don't know how that's a C. I've been here for 2 straight years now. I don't know how it's a C. And then stadium atmosphere. We are getting up there in stadium atmosphere because we're turning into one of the toughest places to play. We don't really lose at home. So, but this is going to be it, man. This is going to be a recruiting episode, deep dive into recruiting. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. This is what it's going to look like, man. But next episode, we're going up against Oklahoma State. Let's get it.